So in this video I'm just going to show you how to reprogram the ECU into this Vauxhall OPEL Vectra. Now you can use a second-hand ECU for this. You don't have to go to the main dealer and indeed buy a new one or a blank one. Any one of a scrapyard car, a junkyard will do the job. So I'll just take you to the OPCOM tool at the moment. So this we're going to open OPCOM here, and you go into this, you right click it and you go to run it as administrator. So once it loads up, you do this. Now if you can talk to the original ECU within the car, this one's obviously faulty because, as I showed you in the last video, the pins are green and water has got into it. So what you do is you go into the ECU and you reset the original ECU within the car. If you can't do it, it doesn't matter, but it's just my way of doing it. It kind of clears out the system. So what do I do here? I diagnose ECM, and mine's is obviously the Z 1800 XER model. So I just go and check the fault codes, but we all know that was, if you watched the last video you can see that. So I'll go reset ECU. So I enter the security code from the car pass. I'll show you that. So there's the security code, the second one down, 9461. That's the original one off the car. So we then enter that code into there, and if the code's not right, I'll not give you access, but obviously it just said we're in. So that's that ECU now reset. We close out, and at this point, well, I'll back out again. If you look at the dash, you can see that the little car spanner light flashes. That means there's an immobilizer problem. So that's, as soon as you hit reset and ignition, that's it. And then you take the key out of the ignition and you keep it in your hand for 30 seconds. And after you've done that, you swap out your ECU, and then I'll show you the programming the new one. So this is the replacement ECU. You can see the number on the back is 9073. Now the scrapyard that I got this from kindly provided this number, but when you get one, you need this number because that is the pin security code of the scrap car. So there's no point getting another module unless you have this code. There is a way of extracting it with CarProg, but that's a lot of hassle. So this is the code, and I'll show you coding it in now. So you turn the ignition key back on, go into diagnostics, and you select your model. I just do automatic recognition, and this is a GM LAN CAN. This is fully CAN compliant, the 2008 Vectra Cs. So you click into that, and you can see there actually we're reading the second-hand ECU module. So we then decided here to do a quick vehicle readout. So when it came up with ECU, engine ECU, it said present. That's a good sign that this module is working. Well, we can't tell if it's fully working, but at least it's talking to the network. So that came up. So we come out of that, and I think I go in here and just have a quick look and see what codes are in the ECU. Obviously, the first two, because the immobilizer needs coded in. That third one down, the second one down, the camshaft phasing. That must have been the car it came off with. It must have had a problem with its intake camshaft. That's the original code of my car. This coolant thermostat open circuit, but don't need to worry about that now. But so we skip ahead here. And we close out of this, and I think I decided to clear all fault codes here, and I just wanted to see what. So you can see there, I quickly refreshed the fault codes, and only one came back. So I went back into the engine ECU. Obviously this is a replacement ECU, and it just said immobilizer function not program. So you close out of that, and you go into programming now, and when you're in, you hit reset ECU. So you have to use the one that came with the second hand. So it was 9073. So you put that in, and that says it's been reset. And once you've done that, you back out, and then you close out again. And I think I back right out again, and I back out again. And then once you're at this place, you turn off the ignition key and leave it for 30 seconds. We'll put the key back on again. And then from here you go into body, and then you go into the immobilizer, which is part of the SIM, the steering column module. So you click immobilizer, and once you're in there, you click programming, which is the bottom right hand tab again. So go to programming, and you immobilizer programming there in the middle, you click that. Now you enter the security code, the one that's off the car, so that one's off the second hand module, so we take that out, we put the right one in from the car, the one that shows in your passcode 9461, so OK that. And then you go immobilizer functioning programming. So you click up there, and from the drop down menu you choose ECM. This is all that's been replaced in this car, just the control module, the engine control module, and then you click do it. And then you back out of that, should back out, and then you back out of that again and close out of that, and then you cycle the key again. So key out for 30 seconds, then back in again. So when we go back in this time, we go, well, I think I go back out and then I go into engine, and then I have a wee look in here. Obviously this is the 18 XER. And then I go into programming, and then at this point I program the high speed CAN bus configuration. Now you have to get all the information off your old one, so mine's is, I checked the old one, and you just take a picture and you input it, and once you've checked that, make sure the list's the same, you just click program. So it just says program successful. You can always go back and do this later on. Then you go to program the variant, so that my list was correct, it was actually the same, it was correct from the other car as well, and then you just put perform coding, so that's okay, and then the program the tyre circumference, and I just click that, this one up here, and I had just to change it to group 2 because I'd got the information off the old one, and then you just click perform programming. And once you've done that, you close out. Oh no, you've got to put the VIN number in now, so go vehicle identification number. I'll just fast forward this a wee bit. So my number's up, so I just take the number out the computer, and then I input, this is my actual VIN code, so you take away the second hand number and put that one in. So you click OK, and now I think we back out, and you close out of that again, and once again you cycle the key once you've backed out to that stage. So cycle the key 30 seconds, then back into the ignition again. So once you're back in, choose engine, go into there. I'm just waiting to see what I've done here. I think I check the fault codes, just have a wee look at the fault codes. So I clear the fault codes and just want to see what comes back. So that I don't, the mobilizer windows, they come back. So you don't actually have to do that step, but I just had a wee look there anyway. So close out of that, and then you go back again, and I think at this time we're going back into the body, and the body there, and I think we're going into instruments, and we want to reset the instrument control module. So once we're in here, we go down to programming again, bottom right, and we go put our security code in. That's the right one, that's the one off the car. Says we've got that, and I think we go into mobilizer programming. Actually, should have clicked that first, it's the bottom one. So we'll go into this. I need to put the security code in again. So we'll go up to the top left, that's the right code. Put that one in, click OK, and go reset IPC. So that's reset instrument panel control. So do that, and it says, you'll see the message comes up. So it says it's completed. I don't know why it actually jumps into this. I've never actually seen that do that before, but just shut that down. So you just back out of that. Wait for it to do this. Oh dear, taking a long while this. Back out, and then back there and close out for them on instruments. And then once again, you know the routine. You cycle the key out for 30 seconds, then back in again. So this time we go back into the instrument again. I'll have to wait for that to load up. And then you go into programming once again, bottom right. And then you go into immobilizer programming. And then you put the security code in. So it usually keeps it, yes it has. and then you go to the right hand side, you go program the IPC, and it says yes, and then it says it's been successful. So you can back out of that, back out of that again, close it out, and once again we cycle the key. Wait for 30 seconds and put it back in again. So once we've done that, we're now going to the body control module. Wait for that to load up, and then we'll go into programming once again. And we'll go immobilizer programming. And then we'll go program BCM. Oh dear. I don't know why I've hit security code. I probably need to go back into that again. Oh no, it comes up. So you put reset BCM. And it says it's successful. So back out of that, close it down, OK it, and then once again, off with the key, 30 seconds, and then back in again. So back into the body control module to program it in now. Program, immobilizer programming, and press program BCM. I'll ask for the security code, click OK, OK again, and it says correct security code entered. I don't know why I clicked that again. It says program. So it says actually conditions not met, and it's done it. So I back out, so it has done it. And I back out again, I close out, okie dokie, I cycle the key 30 seconds once again. And once I've done that, I go into the engine. That's my engine there, obviously. And I think I just checked the fault codes. So it's that one that's originally on the car. So I clear the fault codes. I don't know why I bother this, because it keeps popping back up anyway. And after I've done that, I then start the car. And voila, the thing starts. And you can see there it's 14.2 volts, so the car's now running. And lo and behold, after I've done all that, the fault code still comes back for this purge valve. I mean, the guy's got the car back and they say it's reliable now, it's not breaking down anymore, but I do not know why this purge valve keeps purging and it keeps the mixture lean. I've actually just pulled the electrical connection off the purge valve to keep the O2 sensor, bank 1 sensor 1 correct, because I cannot get this thing to reset or do anything. Anyway, that shows you the quick outline of how to program in a second-hand ECU. Cheers!